Okay, my mom only saw about 35 minutes or so of Children of Darkness. There's probably another 20, 25 minutes to go. What did you think so far?
Oh God, I'm mentally ill now. You know what I'm saying. I just have this thing. How can human beings suffer like that? How? Why?
Well, I have some idea with my experience.
Just don't.
What? I've already made a video about it. I'll link to it in the description.
I understand. Wait a minute. Let me get this stuff out of here. What is this? What's that? What the heck is that? Is that... I'm not touching it. What is it?
What's it look like?
I don't know. I'm not going there. Let me wash my dishes. I'm not going there. What's that? Do we have stuff in the house? I clean up. Shh. Put it there. Oh, never mind. Oh my God.
So quick, before I go, what did you think at least I'll get it the rest another time, the first 30 minutes of Children of Darkness.
It's just really
that was 1983 or so. It wasn't even like a huge time ago.
That was the year I got married. It's killing me. I just can't watch. It's so painful. It just goes through to my veins. I just can't. It's so painful.
What did you think when I was sick like that?
Oh, I it didn't seem sick to me like you know what it didn't seem sick. It just
sleeping 1 hour a night didn't seem sick.
My boy.
Wait a minute, I was sleeping 1 hour a night at most.
Understand. Yeah, I
was
understand.
eating maybe a few spoonfuls of food a day for a while.
Yeah, and I wanted you to eat. I was scared to death. I thought something gonna happen if you don't eat.
I didn't seem sick. All right.
No, I'm not saying that. Oh Lord, I'm very nervous right now. Let me see the rest of it. What they happen to these kids? They're still alive. I mean, they're okay, right? I mean, somehow now with the latest, what they know now, the doctor. I didn't know alcohol can do some damage. I mean, I know people can die from alcohol, but to be, I guess, they were redrawn, right? What was that?
Yeah.
I guess they were redrawn. What is it?
Some kind of
fly?
insect. Yeah.
How can that be insect if it's so cold outside?
They come in because it's warm.
I guess when they redrawn, they feel. What they feel like powerless and sick.
I don't know what anybody else feels like, but from withdrawal, yeah, that shake, they can get very irritable. They can die from it.
When I was growing up, and I was going to school, the grade school. You remember the old school I saw you in my hometown?
So I don't know.
Okay, it's a little old church, a little small church right there close to our house. Okay. It was this guy, he was drinking in the morning. He get up, he was drinking Retsina. You know what Retsina is? You know Retsina.
What?
It's Retsina, okay, Dad knows.
Hurry up, 2 minutes.
It's say he was drinking wine in the morning, okay? And if he didn't drink, he was shaking like this. And I remember he sitting across from the schoolyard to the doctor's steps. You know, he was the town doctor, and the doctor couldn't do anything about it because he was he was in denial. But I remember looking at him, and he was like, he was looking as the kids we play outside in an intermission, but he was like lost. I don't think he was there. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize alcohol can do that to people. I was a little kid. But my God, on they withdrawn, I guess, from drugs or alcohol, they're shaking like that?
Yeah, they can shake a lot. With alcohol, they can have a seizure and die. They shouldn't just stop right away. They have to go to a hospital and really get that taken care of.
Oh my gosh. How am I supposed to sleep tonight?
Well, I do. How did I sleep for 9 months and then
This
a year
is
afterwards?
Too much. What?
It still makes me tense just looking at that, remembering when I was in the hospital, and not only just being in the afterwards. I have nothing to say about it. I was only there 5 days, but it was still disturbing. But I have nothing to say about it.
I shouldn't even been there because it was. I don't know why they did that. Okay, look.
You know why.
Okay.
Okay, so now you finally finished watching Children of Darkness. You saw the first 35. You saw the first 35 minutes. Let me finish. And now you saw the last part. So what did you think?
It's unbearably painful. This is the 80s, kids.
This is 1983, I think this came out. And I think it was nominated for an Oscar, or it was at least on an Oscar shortlist.
I mean, at the time, some years ago, they didn't know much. I mean, they didn't know what they know today. But my God, this is painful for the kids and the kid who died. What kind of place is what's the name? West?
I forget.
My God. We're talking about human beings here. They let the poor boy die in the non-air conditioned room. Oh,
after they over-medicated him, yeah.
They over-medicated
they thought he was faking the side effects.
Oh my God. Somebody needs to be tied up right there in that room and medicated and see how it feels. I hope to God to this day, they're better and they have some kind of better and meaningful life. It's just too much to watch. Too much. It just hurts from right here. What can I say? This is torture, These kids, they've been tortured. Anyway, let's hope they're better today and they have some kind of life without suffering. Now, can you put the angry grandpa on so we
Wait a minute,
wash it off a little
you're
bit?
not done discussing this. I mean,
Can we go downstairs because this light, it bothers me.
Go. First of all,
okay.
As good as whatever situation they can be in.
Okay, stay here because
a lot of them
I
won't.
have light here.
Most or a lot of them won't ever get out of institutions.
Really?
They're gonna die in there. Well, it's not a question of necessarily their like emotional well-being. It's not if they can't get jobs. They can't communicate effectively.
Right.
A lot of them. They can't drive. They can't,
Yeah, and then the parents die.
If they can't figure out things for themselves, a lot of them.
Who was that what is he feeling better, he start drinking again or something?
It was that girl.
The girl, yeah.
In the place for misbehaving teenagers.
Right. And drinking the alcohol is bad. I mean, it's bad for a normal person. Can you imagine for abnormal? Oh.
You're not normal.
I'm not? I'm not drinking.
Alcohol's good.
Oh, are you serious?
Just abusing it is bad.
No.
Yes.
If I drink, I will sleep for 24 hours.
Yeah, you're not normal.
What? Okay, the 20-year-old who went there as 10-year-old or 11, I don't remember, and 20 years old. My God, he has to be tied up to have a normal life. I mean, normal life to be alive so he wouldn't hurt himself. He had detached retina. He has other, bruises and everything. So in order for him not to kill himself but bang in the wall, he has to be tied up. What kind of life is that? And then they want to take a part of his brain out?
They were considering it.
So, yeah, they considered it.
They were getting desperate. They were thinking if he doesn't change eventually, they can't just keep tying him up every day. Nothing's working about that.
Oh, my God.
But they didn't.
No, yeah.
Remember, they started treating him and he started getting to the point where he could
function a little better.
Yeah, and he went to a group
some
home.
Kind of school.
School, yeah.
What is our brain? How some kids born like that? What is missing? From their brain. Yeah, I saw. I mean, they live it. I saw some kids. 30 some years ago. They live in agony.
Describe it. Children of Darkness is about what?
I don't know.
Well, you're one of the children of darkness.
Wait a minute right now. I'm tired, okay? But I mean, I went to bed 1 o'clock this morning and I got up at 4. So that has something to do.
I want people to just marvel at how you raised me. You can't, like, how did you manage to keep me from getting killed or whatever? You can't even describe the movie you just saw. That's very it's not some convoluted mystery story. It was a documentary.
No, it's a real thing. I mean, I'm wondering myself.
It's about mentally ill children who are put in institutions.
Mentally ill children.
Don't talk over me.
Yeah.
You're 3 and 3. They're focused on 2 institutions and one. It's sort of it's not a mental institution. It's a place for badly behaved teens who are out of control. Their parents can't handle them. That's a private one. The other 2, I think, are like state run, and it's how they're treated. And why can't you describe anything? Does nothing work in your brain? Okay. Because they show how they're treated.
Works in my brain right now.
It's about how they're.
I'm like
treated.
them.
You can't say right now. You can't cop behind that. I've known you my whole life. It shows how they're treated. Basically, the schools are either not all of them. The institutions are understaffed, some of them, or some, like the last one, the people who worked there were just cruel. It wasn't that they didn't know how to treat the kids. They didn't like them. The one guy was saying, I don't even view them as humans, so I treat them cruelly so I don't make a connection to them because they bother me. And that one security guard said, I reported it and reported the abuses,
the security guard.
And he said after 8 years he quit because he couldn't.
Right.
Nobody. He said, remember 2 people hanged themselves.
Well, hold on. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, the security guard. He was making report. But I wonder why, if the security guard report these things, why nobody went there and helped?
Well, I reported a lot of things to you and you wouldn't help. But
what?
Okay, I just described the movie much better than you. It's about their treatment. What did you think about their treatment? You saw some they cared, but they couldn't give them the attention they needed. But that one kid, he actually got better. He didn't need a bunch of medication and stuff. He just needed positive reinforcement. Then they said he went from being in restraints and walked 3 times a day to now he's up 13 hours a day.
Right.
He was
doing
well, and then it was behavior. It wasn't all just mental. It was obviously he had some bad patterns in his head that he had to get out of him. But they can't treat everything with medicine.
Right.
I'm not saying medicine's bad.
He was lucky in a way, to come out of it.
Yeah, you saw his tooth was missing. He knocked his own tooth out.
I mean, my God, to bang him head on the wall, have detached retina, his tooth he was missing, breaking his head or whatever, and come out like this, it's a miracle, know. I'm happy for him, but the other ones who mistreated, and the people, they didn't know.
The one girl you saw was tied up to a pole. She was given huge amounts of medication, like over 8 times what she should have been, recommended dose, and she kept begging to be let out. She urinated on herself and stuff on the pole.
Right.
Sat down, turned blue, and died.
Oh my God, I don't know what. Stop, I'm just yawning, because I am just so tired. I don't know how they going through the day like this, and they have this kind of miserable life because they're hurting so bad. They cannot have enough help to get them better, but I'm pretty sure some of them that are alive today, and it's middle age or probably in a young, still alive. I hope they're better, like the guy who he was tied up. I mean, the way he was, I thought he never get up. The way I see him, I thought he never get up. But my goodness, yeah, it's about
Okay, just your final thoughts. What do you conclude about it? What did you learn from it? Did it make you more conscious of things you didn't know about before?
Yes, I haven't seen anything like this before. It's very painful, and my eyes open.
Not just the kids. You saw some of the parents talking too.
The parents talking. The parents suffer with the kids. It's painful in every way. So I hope the parents and the children who, today they're in better shape than it was 30 years ago. Because, God forbid, it's just too much.
Yeah, but that's nice
for the
you to
kids. These kids is mostly for the children who going through that. Can you imagine the agony there? They were tied up.
What do you mean, can I imagine? I was never tied up, but I was in a state like that for a long time. I still feel tension over it, and I remember being in the hospital, people screaming all hours of the day. I was only there 5 days, but I was sick for about 9 months. And that was brutal, because I never thought I'd get better, and there's still like a tenseness with me. And I know you didn't really understand what I was going through, and Dad certainly didn't, but that was very, I don't know, just I have nothing to say about it.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just very, very disturbing, and
very painful.
I thought I was just never going to drive again, never work again.
Very painful. It's
and I couldn't control how I thought was reality.
I think what it is, the mind wants to heal.
You hear me talk? Do you listen with 1.5 ears or 2 years?
I'm listening.
And you listen with your whole brain?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was talking, so that's when your brain tells your ears to tell your mouth that I'm talking.
I don't know what my brain tells me right now because I'm so tired. My legs
would you stop it?
Yeah.
Why are you talking about like those kids? Or you didn't know that? I was sick for a long time, too, for 9 months when I was 27 and 28.
Yeah.
And that was serious. Or do you remember?
Yeah, of course I remember.
Yeah, I didn't know where I was sometimes. I mean, I thought maybe I was floating in the air. I couldn't sleep more than sometimes 45 minutes a night. I was pacing all hours a day, could barely eat.
Yeah, but now I was going to say something and I forgot.
I was so delirious. I didn't know.
Jesus. I forgot.
I thought like God was trying to destroy me and stuff. And I didn't know. I couldn't watch movie. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't drive because I knew I'd crash the car. Not because I wanted to crash it. I couldn't control my responses.
Right. But I think in most cases, and some things I have seen, the brain is remarkable. It wants to heal so quick, and that's why sometimes the kids that come to their senses a little bit, some light there, and the brain wants to heal just quick, like the body wants to heal, and we cut ourselves or we bruise ourselves, and it wants to heal. That's how the brain is. That's it. I don't know what else to say. I'm tired.